Ake sibingelele lonke ibandla likaNkulunkulu egameni likaJesu, zonke iy'nceku ney'ncekazi. Mhlawumbe namhlanje ekuseni we are gonna be talking about the power of being able to listen. Yabo, this thing of listening is something that is consistently coming back in my mind and in my heart when I'm having my personal reflections, thinking about the things, how things are, how things are happening and how things should be happening. We are becoming more and more intoxicated or disturbed or derailed by noise. I posted on Facebook, I'm Skombozo, she's on Facebook, and then I said, we are a drunken nation. You know, when we walk around our streets, there are bars, there are shebeens. When we watch our TVs, we see our celebrities posing and advertising alcohol and advertising and publicizing and promoting a notorious life. And we also see our leaders promoting strife, promoting division, promoting ubudlova, promoting impi, promoting inzondo. I have this question that, okay, should it be that I was molested when I was a child? Is it necessary for me to be consistently reminded of that until I die? Our country went through one of the most horrible histories, and we are experiencing the ripple effects of that. However, is it necessary? Is it really necessary for us to consistently memorize, cause rememory of what had happened in the name of that it's our history? Well, these are the questions that are coming into mind. As a person who's growing up, we came into this reality where people were oppressed, where people were enslaved, where people were psychologically enslaved, and there were many genetical and psychological effects of that, and we are living in a time where we are experiencing the effects of that in full voltage. However, one of the questions that my sister asked me when I was fighting my little brother had done something so bad to me, according to me. So I was so angry at that he did this, and according to me, he was very wrong. He had wronged me, and I wanted justice. I wanted someone to somewhat agree with me that he was wrong, and I needed to prove that he was wrong. I had so much rage against him. And besides, he's younger than me. Who is he to do that to me? You saw I was so victimized, and she just responded and said, "Okay, Skombozo, then what is the cutting edge of this? How do we get to a point where we resolve this issue? How do we resolve it? Because we're adults here, we are talking. I'm an adult, you're an adult, and we are talking about a little boy who has done something that has offended you. Then how do we get to a point where we resolve it? How do we go? How do we move on? And I've been studying that conversation over and over again because I'm someone who values the ability to listen, who values the skill of listening, regardless of whether. So we need to listen, cultivate the skill of listening. You know, sit down and be an investigative listener. You know, I benefited a lot from those brutal conversations. I think she is a psychologist in her own respect. I think most of the elderly people they know better. It's just that after they have spoken and won or lost the conversation, no one takes time to sit down and say, let me revisit all these thousands of conversations that I've had with my parents, with my brothers and sisters, with my pastors, all these debates. Let me go and revisit them and listen to what the debate is trying to tell me. You know, the debate between me and my sister, what was that debate saying to me? So you can't do that if there is always noise in your life. You can never do that if there is always traffic in your mind. I'm not saying people should not scroll, people should not have fun. There is always a time for everything. So we're talking about the power of being able to listen. You know, when you are able to listen, when you are a comprehensive listener, when you are an investigative listener, when you are a chronic listener, you are able to learn from everything. In fact, anything that happens to you is a lesson. And you gradually minimize the losses. Like businessmen, businessmen are always looking for the easy way to make profit. They're always studying, they're always getting themselves equipped. Like Joseph in Egypt, that guy captured knowledge and wisdom, which made him the most what word can I use? The most qualified person to be the prime minister of the superpower, which was part of, because there was a crisis, that there was going to be a drought, there was going to be a famine, global crisis. And he came with an answer. Say, okay, good people, in 7 years' time, we're going to be having this for 7 years. Let us use this 7 years' time together. Everybody bring your food, bring your everything, and we are going to invest in sustaining this food, in sustaining these resources, so that when the drought comes, you will come back and pay us for sustaining your food for you and get your food back. Exactly. That is what was. So we need to capture this thing. I even mentioned this in my previous conversations there on TikTok, that all these people of European descent, they value vast lands. Yes, farmsteads. Others are even starting to settle in separate places, away from the noise, the strife, the unending strife of the communities and the townships. They are moving away. People are relocating. They are going back. In fact, others are going to rural areas because there is some